Hey everybody, welcome. If you're here on the replay, thanks for watching. Today it is time for Saturday afternoon chalking. This is Timmy with Chalk Happy. I am excited to be here with you today and do some chalking on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Wherever you are and whatever you've been doing today, I hope you have had a beautiful day. And we'll just wait a minute here until folks have an opportunity to get in, and then I'm going to share a little bit about the project we're going to work on today. Fun, quick, simple one. I had the opportunity to head out to the craft store this afternoon, earlier this afternoon, and found some goodies that I wanted to play around with. Found some great deals, so it's always fun to kind of see what interesting things I can find at the craft store and kind of beautify a little bit with our Chalk Couture products. So that's what we're going to be doing today. If you are joining me, please feel free to say hi. If you want to be able to see when I'm going live again, just feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner of your mobile device. I'd really love it if you'd like to share this video. If you share it on your timeline, then others that might be interested in learning about Chalk Couture or seeing a cool project being done can join on in too. So love to have you. Just going to take a minute here and make sure that all is well, and I am actually really going live like I think I am. Yeah, everything looks good. Excellent. I'm just going to go ahead and take a minute to share this over into my VIP lounge. Now, if you're wondering what my VIP lounge is, let me tell you a little bit about that. I have a special group of chalk enthusiasts, if you want to become a chalk enthusiast or already a chalk enthusiast, maybe you've been watching me before or you've heard a little bit about Chalk Couture and you want to learn more, if you join my VIP lounge with me, then I will be able to give you some behind the scenes look into what goes into our Chalk Couture projects, and even offer you some special deals and discounts. So I can only do that in my VIP lounge. I can't do it here on my public page. So if you want to get some first dibs on notifications about some great new specials or get some discounts, the VIP lounge is the place to be. If you want to be a member, just go ahead and type in VIP and I will make sure that you're in there. Hey, Amy, Carla, Eileen, it's so great to have all of you here today. So this is not normally a time I go live, but I'll tell you what, it's a busy weekend. St. Patty's Day is upon us. Hey, Cheryl. We have some plans going on tonight. Going to see a friend's band play and have a nice traditional St. Patty's Day meal. And then tomorrow we have a whole fiesta going on with a parade, and we're going to hear some bagpipes playing. So I'm super excited to be able to spend some time with friends and family and my hubby. But I am also super excited to spend a little time with you guys and do some chalking. So I'm glad you're here with me. So let me give you a little view into what we're going to be working on here today. And I'm just going to scoot this over and change our view a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let me do one more thing here. Move over here. I want to move our little space over here in the corner so you can get a better sense of what's happening. All right. So that should be better. So now I'm kind of in the bottom left-hand corner. You can see what I've got here on my desk. So lots of fun things that we're going to be playing with today. First and foremost, I found this really cute tobacco basket, and they came in all shapes, sizes, and colors. And this gray washed tobacco basket just really drew me in, and I thought, okay, what can I do with that? And, you know, it's finally sunny, right? It's taken a while for sun to come in. Hey, Cindy, happy St. Patty's Day, almost. And I wanted to bring some sun into my office and light up things, and found some really pretty ribbon. Now, Easter's coming our way. I know we're in the midst of Lent for those of you that celebrate, but I just really love the colors that come around this time of year, and I'm just so drawn to them. So I picked up some really awesome ribbon. Don't tell anybody, especially my husband, because I went a little crazy with the ribbon, but you're going to be seeing me incorporate some ribbon in our projects over the next couple of lives. So I hope that you will like those. So these two I think are going to be really cute together, and we're going to be using our Chalkpaste colors. I have our buttermilk, which is kind of a lighter yellow, and our marigold, which is kind of a brighter yellow. And you're thinking, okay, what the heck is she going to do with all this, and how's she going to tie it into Chalk Couture? Well, I'm going to use one of our small box frames. And if you haven't seen our box frames before, these are what we call one-time use surfaces. But technically, you can kind of use them twice, and that's because you can actually chalk on either side of the box frame. And I love these little guys. They are super fun, and they are already ready to use. And so the two sides are this darker kind of espresso stain, and the other side is this beautiful kind of whitewashed frame. And I'm kind of thinking that some of this eucalyptus and lamb's ear florals I found at IKEA might be really fun to place in here. Add some ribbon, and then of course chalk this cute little board. And of course I'm thinking, you're thinking, okay, what is she going to chalk that little board with, right? You're wondering. I'm wondering too. No. So I'm going to place some of this in here, obviously a little nicer. I'm going to try to figure this out. I think this is going to lay in here, and then I'm going to put some beautiful ribbon. So question is, what are we putting on this board? Well, we have this cute transfer set in our new catalog, in our spring summer catalog, that's got the Lemon Fresh and the Peachy Keen on it, and of course this little, what is that, leaf and stem. And hey, Kaylee. Hey, my daughter Kaylee's on. Everybody say hi to Kaylee. She never watches me live and certainly never comments. So thanks, Kay. Make me feel good. So I think this Lemon Fresh would look super cute inside this part of the box frame. So I am going to use just that part of this transfer set. And I'm going to pull it off. This is the storage sheets I use to store my transfers once I've used them. These come with a backer sheet that you can use to stick your transfers on. You don't have to go out and invest in an artist book like I did, but I find that I have so many transfers that I'm trying to figure out the best way to store them. And if you're noticing right behind me, this is my newest contraption. The door of my office has a grid wall on it, and this is where I'm storing all of the transfers I have for sale. So I'm like super excited about my creativity and organization here. It's not always that easy to figure out where to put things. So I'm going to move our tobacco basket and our fill here off to the side for the moment. I'm going to get our wood box frame here ready. And I am looking for my fuzzing cloth because you know, if you've watched me before, we want to fuzz our transfer before we use it. Sorry, I left it all the way over on the other side of my office. All right, so, see, Cheryl? See? Cheryl said hi to Kaylee. That's so awesome. You're so sweet. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to use this fuzzing cloth. Or a terry cloth towel. Any terry cloth towel will really do. This fuzzing cloth is something that you can get on my website if you're interested. It's got a nice terry cloth surface on one side, and on the other side, a microfiber sauce. Oh my goodness, not a sauce, a side. And this microfiber side is really great for cleaning up the chalkboard surfaces. Hey, Candy's with us here today. Candy, you were just out and about. You're already back in, are you? Are you talking to me through your phone on your travels home? Can't wait to see it tomorrow and celebrate. All right, so we've got this Lemon Fresh. Now, I think many of you have watched me before, so you probably know all about our silk screen transfers, but if you're watching me on replay, be sure to let me know. Write replay in the comments, and even tell me where you're calling in from, because I'm always curious about where it all you are from when you watch. And I am always amazed at how many people are watching me that I have no idea are watching me. I had a very funny experience this week that I want to tell you about. You'll laugh. I was in Philadelphia. I'm from Connecticut, for those of you who don't know. And I was there for Chalk Couture. Had what we call a couture tour, which was really fun. And we got to do some make and takes and meet some other designers, get some business training, all in just a matter of a couple of hours. But we took a few designers of mine and I took the train down and had a blast. And as we were getting ready to come back home, I'm standing on the platform, on the train platform, waiting to board our train. And there's another platform across. And that's good to hear, Candy. I got to know more about that because it looked really pretty where you were. So I standing there on the platform, getting ready to go, all packed up, got our suitcases, a couple of girls were ready to get on the train. And I look across and I see a couple other women over there, and one of them has a camera in her hand, and she's pointing the camera at me to take my picture. And I was like, all right, there's a person over there. And I'm kind of guessing, you know, we've all been here in Philadelphia. Maybe she's taking my picture because she's, you know, with Chalk Couture and she saw my bag. Well, lo and behold, that's exactly what it was. She took my picture and sent it to me via a message. And what she said to me was, I've been watching your lives, and I felt like I was meeting a movie star, which totally made me laugh because obviously I'm no movie star. But she said, but I just thought it was so fun that I saw you that I wanted to take a picture and send it to you. So I never know exactly who it is that's watching my live. So if you're watching, say hi and tell me where you're watching from, because it's so cool to see how this fun chalk thing is really connecting us in so many different ways. At least it's exciting for me. So I love hearing where you're all from and learning a little bit about you. Now, I'm going to just lift this up because it looks like I didn't quite get it centered where I wanted it. And it didn't look straight. It still doesn't look straight. So that's the nice thing about these transfers. They have an adhesive back, and once I get it down, it's going to be nice and sticky, and it's not going to move around on me. But I want to make sure that it is pretty well centered. Now, if you've watched any of my lives before, you know I'm not super particular. One of the things I kind of like about Chalk Couture is it's super easy to work with. And you know what? You don't have to have it be perfect. Part of making your own decor sometimes is, you know, giving it your own unique little touch. And if it's not exactly perfect, you know what? That's good, because then people aren't going to think that it was something you bought in a store. So anyway, that's my little shtick. That's my gig, and that's what I'm sticking to. So I have placed this down on our box frame, and this box frame comes exactly like this, like I said, ready to use. It actually comes in 3 different sizes. This is the small one, which is about a 5x7 size, and then we have a 9x12, and then we have an oblong one that I think is like 6x18. And these box frames are super fun, and they're very classy. They're well made, and you can order them directly from my website, and they'll ship right to you, so you don't have to worry about how you're going to get them. Now, notice I have 2 colors, as we talked about. I have this marigold, and I have this buttermilk, a little lighter color yellow and a brighter color yellow. And I thought this would be kind of fun to kind of create a little bit of illusion of shadowing and get maybe the lighter part up here and then have a little darker blending down here. So we're going to give it a try and see if it works. If it doesn't, well, I'm sure it'll work fine. Now, for again, those of you new, Chalkpaste here. When you open up the Chalkpaste, just make sure to give it a really good stir. If it's been open before, it's probably settled a little bit, and it probably has started to get a little thick. That's very normal. Depending on the Chalkpaste color, the different pigments react a little bit differently in this formula. And by the way, this was actually created by the founder of Chalk Couture, a beautiful woman named Tara out in Salt Lake City. And she actually started making this Chalkpaste in her home, in her garage. Her husband was actually helping her, you know, using this big drill bit to mix and make these big buckets of chalk paste. It's still actually today made here in the U.S., but now they have a factory doing it for them, and we have them in, I think, 35 different colors now. So some beautiful color combinations you can use. I'm going to open both here and make sure both are stirred and ready to go for us. If you find that your chalk paste is just a little too thick, maybe it's just had too much air exposed to it, or you haven't used it in a while and the good stir doesn't quite do the trick, you can squirt it with a little bit of water. What you want the chalk paste to be like is this. So as you can see, it's kind of got the consistency of yogurt. So if it's got the consistency of yogurt, you're going to be good to go. Now what we use to apply the chalk paste is these squeegees, and they come in a couple different sizes. This is probably one of my favorites. It's our small squeegee. It's the traditional one. You can see it's got a little Chalk Couture logo here, if you can see that. And at the end, there's a little tapered end. This is the end that you're going to actually use to pull the chalk paste across the surface. Now, I'm just kind of demonstrating what the motion looks like, but we're holding it pretty firmly here at the top, and we're just going to push the paste across the screen like that. Now, these are a screen. It's a fabric screen, so this is not a cutout. You don't have to do any weeding or anything crazy like that, like when you're working with a stencil. This is all one piece of fabric. The green is really the adhesive, and these letters where the adhesive are not actually going to get any chalk on them, but the whole rest of this inside screen is going to be colored, so these letters will pop. That's really all there is to it. When you work with our chalk paste, you do kind of want to work fairly quickly. In other words, you don't want to dilly-dally so long that the chalk paste dries on your screen on the top. So you want to really smooth the chalk paste over fairly quickly, and then when you're ready, we're just going to pull up and reveal the design by pulling up the transfer. That's it. It's really just that easy. So let's get started. So I'm going to take my stirrer here and just dab some color, just so I don't waste. Might as well just get it all in there. I'm going to throw that in my water bath. And then I do want to use this darker color here, I think, at the bottom. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of that on there. Then I'm going to take my squeegee, and I'm going to start pulling the chalk paste across the screen. Now, I'm going to try to kind of stay without touching here for a moment. I'm going to keep it pretty thick. There's a lot of chalk paste on there right now. We're going to actually squeegee off the excess in a minute. But first I want to bring in this second color. And you're kind of wondering, boy, kind of looks strange that it's so close together like that. What is she going to do? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually blend the color to give it a little bit more, kind of combine it a little. And how am I going to do that? I'm just going to actually take my finger. I'm going to put it in a little bit of water, not so that it's dripping, but just so that it's wet. And then I'm going to use my finger here to blend in the two colors. So just kind of where it meets, I'm going to blend it. Almost like a little bit of an ombre feel. And that's it. I got my, sorry about the phone here behind me. And that's it. I can squeegee up a little bit of the excess here if I want, just so that I am not wasting it and it's not super thick on my transfer. Same thing up here. Get any lines off. Put it back in the jar. If I hadn't mixed the colors, I can do that. And then watch. Here we go. Look how easy and beautiful this is. Blah, 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 blah. Lemon fresh. Look at that. How cute. Now I see we have a little bit of a sun glare, I think, going on here. So let me give you a little closer look on how that looks. So it picks up the background here very nicely. And that's it. This will just take a couple minutes to dry. And once it's dry, it's going to be pretty permanent. You're not going to really be able to take it off of this surface unless you either sand or paint over it. Even though our chalk pastes are water soluble, and when you use them on a chalkboard surface, it'll erase. When you're using it on a surface like this, like wood, it's not going to come off really easily. You're not going to be able to reuse this board like you would if it were a chalkboard. So while I'm going to set this off here to the side for a minute and let it dry, and I just wanted to give you a quick demo here on how it is that you clean up our screens, because one of the great things about these screens is that they are reusable. You just wash them up with water and you can reuse them over and over again. So this little white guy that I'm using is one of our board erasers, and I love these little guys. We sell them in a pack of 2 for $2.99. They're like the best thing I think we have come out with to help us clean these transfers. And so I am just pulling the chalk paste off with that board eraser, and this is just a little bucket of water I have here, a little pan of water, and I'm going to lay it down sticky side up on my towel that's next to me. I got my fuzzing cloth over here, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up this. It's one of the best things. This is the easiest project to do. Cleanup is so simple, and it is just super easy. Hey Cheryl, I'm sorry you keep getting kicked off of the live here. I think, unless other people are having problems, it might be your internet, so I hope things get better. So nice out there. We should not have internet problems today, should we? It's just not fair. All right, and same thing, clean up the squeegees, reuse these. Just water, that's all this is in here, and this board eraser is just kind of like a little foam eraser. No chemicals or anything on it. It just is a little kind of like a magic eraser type almost. So that's it. If I were anxious and wanted to reuse this transfer again right away, if I had a paper towel nearby, which I always should, and I'm sure I do somewhere. I think I must have moved my paper towels. But that's all right. You could actually just clean the sticky side with some paper towel and dry it off, and then it'll be ready to reuse again. And it's actually just putting it with the little fuzzing towel will do the trick as well. So that's it. It's done. It's ready to reuse again when I want. And cleanup was just that fast and simple. Like, isn't that awesome? All right. So here I am going to... That's so funny. My thing is being silly here. All right. I'm going to see if we can put together this. Oh, you got to charge your phone. Yeah, that's, oh, change to your phone. Okay, there you go. That'll work too, I'm sure, Cheryl. Awesome. All right, so let's figure out what we're doing with this basket. This is way too much stuff in here, obviously. I think we just need a little bit of this. I was very excited today. One of the things that I purchased, which of course I didn't bring up for this live, is a new pair of scissors for fabric, because I have the worst pair of scissors that does not cut the fabric the way I need it to. Makes a big old yucky mess. They're great for paper, not so great for I'm trying to find a good spot, I think, to cut this. I'm going to try right there. I don't think we need a lot of this. Yeah, very interesting how this is put together here. Look at, I'm stuck on it. Here we go. Maybe one more little snip right there. So I got a lot left over here, but we're going to put it away for now. I don't think we need it. I love the florals that are out now. They are so nice. They have not a lot of, they don't look fake. They used to look so fake, I think. All right, so I think I'm going to put this together here. I probably need a little organization here. And then just use a little wired ribbon, I think, or wire to kind of connect this here. And then I think this is going to go just in here. And again, I could probably wire this down. I got to figure out exactly where I want this to go and how I want it to be. I'll have to do a little playing around with it, I'm sure. I definitely like it underneath, I think. I think we'll play around with that, and then we're going to add some bows here to really make this pop. Now, I am not a bow aficionado at all. If any of you are watching me, that is an excellent bow maker. Be sure to send me some tips, would you? Because I am not the queen of bows. But I can tell you that wired ribbon is definitely your friend. So that's what's one of the things that makes making bows a little bit simpler. All right, getting the plastic off is the hard part, right? So somebody shared with me a really interesting technique about making bows that I wanted to share. And it was about making a loop like this, pinching and tying it like that. And I think that technique is going to make it super easy to make a nice little bow. So I'm going to cut this with these bad scissors. I have to get the good scissors to cut the ends off again. And then struggle with opening this guy and show you how to add another ribbon to this coordinating. Ugh, I do need nails. Anybody have any cool tips on how to stop biting your nails? I've been a nail biter my entire life. I stopped once not too long ago for about 2 years. Got my nails done every couple of weeks. I felt so proud of myself. And then, you know what? Went right back to biting my nails again. Ugh, just wish I could figure out how to stop doing that. Ah, I think maybe. Why is it so hard to get ribbon open? Anyway. Hey, Karen. Nice to see you. Glad to have you. Karen was one of the designers that was with me when I went into Philly. So she probably remembers that story of us getting our picture taken by the other lovely designers that saw us and have been watching us live. Karen, too, is a fellow designer, and she has just started doing lives herself, and she's fabulous. She did a nice session yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I believe, with her daughter, and they did a t-shirt together. So awesome. You bite too, Cheryl. See, I guess it's just one of those things. All right. So I am going to take this piece of ribbon here, and I'm going to use that to make this nice and tight. Let's see if I kept it. All right. I did. Look at that. Okay. So I've got my little bow. I've got this little part here. This is going to give me an opportunity to add one more, I think, color to this. And I only brought 2 bows up with me, which means I need to search for another bow that I could add to that to give it a little more pop. So give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. You know, this one might be interesting, kind of bring in the grays. So we're going to do the same thing with making that loop. So what this is if you're familiar, and of course you are, right? The Cancer loop. Really, that's what we're doing, is we're making that Cancer loop. And depending on how long you want your tails to be and how big you want your bows to be, we're going to take this down and pinch it together. There we go. Pinch, 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 pinch. That's it, right? And again, I have really bad scissors here, so these are not going to be nice to me. Got to go get those scissors I just bought, which I left downstairs. All right, get that out of here. And we're going to put this onto this same bow. And this great guy here that we used is going to allow us to tie it together. Now you can do this as often as you like if you want. And this process was shared with me by my good friend Sage. Sage is an incredible designer, and she shared this concept. She called them junk bows, which I think is a great name for them. And you can keep adding as many different colors or textures as you want to that bow. You can make this into a little bow here in the front if we want. I don't know if I saved myself enough room. I didn't. So I think maybe we'll let those kind of just be tails. I think that's what I'm going to do here. And we'll fluff that out. And then we're going to put it right in here. So once I fix up the tails, I think this is going to be a really cute bow. Maybe even add one more of this beautiful polka dot ribbon. I think that will be enough to make it all come together. So that was it. Quick, simple project. Hope that you enjoyed it. You had fun. Don't forget that if you'd like to get some information on specials that I offer or classes that I do, to request to join my VIP group, and you can just type in VIP down below. If you are interested in learning more about what it might be to be a Chalk Couture designer and want to talk to me about that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Matter of fact, you can even just type join down at the bottom, and I can share some information with you. This is probably one of the most fun jobs I have ever had. Now, I do have a full-time job in addition to this, so this is actually my fun part of my day. And I'd be happy to share with you how you can make it part of your fun day as well if you'd like. In the meantime, I hope you all have a great weekend, a very safe and happy St. Patty's Day. Don't have too much Guinness or Jameson. I'll try not to. And in the meantime, I will see you again very soon. So be sure to subscribe so that the next time I'm live, you'll be notified. Take care, everybody. See you soon, and feel free to check out my store at chalkcouture.com/Timmy, and where you can pick up all these great goodies and even more. So have a good one. Take care. Bye.